Let's look at problem 7 of chapter 1 in Pagano, and here we're looking at the difference between variables and constants. So remember, a variable is any measure of anything that can change, and we might expect it to change, we might not expect it to change, whereas a constant is something that doesn't change. So we have a list of 8 different things, and I'm going to make a column here. I'm going to call this first column, I will call it constants, and then over here I will call them variables. Now let's look at the different constants and variables. The first one is the number of letters in the alphabet. Well, that doesn't change. That's 26. So we can put here A will be number of letters in alphabet. The next one is the number of hours in a day. Ooh, that one's tougher because there's usually 24 hours a day, but once a year there's 25 hours, and once a year there's 23 hours. Ooh, I could see how that could be a variable or a constant. Well, let's not go looking for difficulties. Let's just call that a constant, because most days it's 24 hours. Number of hours in a day, we'll say that's always 24. The time at which you eat dinner, well, if you're like me, that changes quite a bit. I'd like to constantly eat at the exact same hour every day, but it doesn't quite work. So I'll put that and under variable, time of dinner. Now the next one is the number of students who major in psychology each year at your university. Well, that certainly is variable because school enrollment's always going up and down. It's interesting, when school enrollment, or when the economy is bad, school enrollment tends to go up, and when the economy is good, enrollment goes down because it's easier to get jobs. So we'll do, this is a variable, the number of psych majors would be a variable. The number of centimeters in a meter, well, that is constant. There's 100 number of centimeters in 1 meter. There's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Oh, that's not C. What letter is this? This is E. E. So we'll change that to E. Now F is the amount of sleep you get each night. Well, I imagine for you that's variable. For me it certainly is a variable. So number of hours of sleep per night. G is the amount you weigh. That certainly is variable. Number or weight. So, and then H is the volume of a liter, and that stays constant, the volume of 1 liter. And so we have some examples of constants that don't change and variables that do change. Now we have a tradition at Azusa Pacific University. We try to link a lot of the concepts we go to biblical principles because we're a Christian university and we want to put God first. So a biblical reflection on this idea of some things being constant and some things being variable, and that's how God is. There's some things about God that are constant, the things that we can trust Him for. In these things he is constant. Hebrews 13:8 says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. His blessings aren't going to change. The good that he wants to do for us is not going to change. No matter how bad things may look, we still know that God's trying to accomplish something good in our life. But at the same time, God doesn't act like a robot and treat everyone exactly the same. But God deals justly with each person according to their needs. One interesting story is with God is discussing with Abraham in the Old Testament in the book of Genesis, and God was saying that he was going to destroy the towns of Sodom and Gomorrah, and Abraham asked him, will you sweep away the righteous along with the unrighteous? Is everybody going to get zapped? And with this dialogue with God, Abraham continues to question, and he reaches the conclusion, far be it from you that the righteous and the unrighteous are treated alike. God's going to deal with everyone just as they deserve, what's best for them, what they merit, what he wants to accomplish in their lives. He's going to deal with each person individually.